Here are the fiscal year 2025 results for the year ended March 31, 2025 for Hypercharge Networks Corp. In fiscal 2025, Hypercharge achieved its highest annual revenue in the company's history, reporting recognized revenue of $10.1 million, an increase of 227% compared to the prior fiscal year, driven by strong market demand and the successful sale and delivery of customer orders. Breaking that down, EV charging equipment revenue of $9.3 million increased by 247% over the comparative period and is attributed to product mix across a range of customer types. Subscription and service revenue of $713,000 increased 88%, driven by growth in software as a service subscriptions, higher EV charging utilization, increased station activations, installation services, and expanded extended warranty service plans. The overall increase in recurring and usage-based revenue reflects the continued expansion of Hypercharge's EV charging network across North America. Hypercharge recorded gross profit of $2.3 million for the year ended March 31, 2025, an increase of 131% compared to the prior fiscal year. This improvement reflects increased sales volume of EV charging equipment, increased contribution from other revenues, and higher SaaS subscriptions, both new and recurring. Hypercharge's sales backlog includes the value of sales contracts as well as current and non-current deferred revenues. Revenue is recognized once charging ports are delivered or services are rendered, and most orders are expected to be fulfilled over the next 12 to 18 months. As at March 31, 2025, Hypercharge's sales backlog was $9.1 million, an increase of 44% compared to the prior fiscal year. Hypercharge's total operating expenses for the year totaled $6.5 million, reflecting a decrease of 28% compared to the prior fiscal year. This reduction was driven by the company's strategic focus on cost control and operational efficiency. Operating expenses are comprised of general and admin expenses, sales and marketing expenses, and research and development. General and admin expenses of $4 million decreased 36% over the comparative period. Sales and marketing expenses were $1.8 million, a 6% decrease over the comparative period, and research and development costs of $747,000 decreased 14%, primarily related to headcount, costs related to the development of the company's proprietary software applications, and product development costs. Hypercharge's cost of sales of $7.8 million increased 273% over the comparative period and is attributed primarily to the 247% increase in EV charging equipment sales. Building on the continued momentum in expanding our North American charging network since launching operations in June 2021, Hypercharge has sold over 5,500 charging ports, an increase of 83% in fiscal 25, and delivered more than 4,300 ports, an increase of 305% compared to the prior fiscal year. This growth has been driven by an expanding customer base, now at 429 customers, an increase of 78% in fiscal year 25, and Hypercharge charging stations are now located at 426 charging sites across North America. And lastly, the Hypercharge mobile application served over 25,000 registered users, an increase of 107% compared to the prior fiscal year. This increase in registered users signals strong usage trends across Hypercharge's mobile platform for both drivers and site operators.
The EV charging industry is expanding. Despite what you hear in the news, electrification is happening. I believe we've passed the point of no return, and really it's a question of how quickly customers adopt EVs and plug-in hybrids. One of the biggest barriers to adoption is a lack of reliable charging infrastructure out there in the world, and that's the problem that we solve. So, 2024 and 2025 early, there's been a number of industry headwinds. Automotive companies have slowed down their investment in EVs, but it hasn't stopped, and every quarter we see new records being generated by maybe not Tesla so much, but some of the more traditional car companies have really started to hit their stride in terms of electrification and EV sales. We're building a reputation for doing some of the largest projects in North America, especially here in Canada, and we love those projects. We run very efficiently. Throughout my career, I've loved to build smart, efficient teams that use automation to punch way above their weight in terms of the number of people. And so here at Hypercharge, we've done the same thing. We have a very small, very talented team of people, whether they're salespeople, customer service people, our operations, engineering. We love to automate everything. So one of the key things that it's allowed us to do is operate at a fraction of the size of many of our competitors. Even in our industry, we're probably one of the leanest companies that at our scale, at our size. And we continue to do that, and we will continue to do that. The industry is going through transition. When industries are first emerging, there's all the hype and all the promise, and also a lot of unrealistic expectations. I think people overestimate what they can do in a short period of time, and they underestimate what they can do over time. And so one of the key things that differentiates Hypercharge from many other companies is we're very focused on one thing, and that's providing turnkey, reliable EV charging solutions to multifamily, fleet, and public places. And we're able to do that in a very innovative way. So despite what the industry, headwinds that there are right now, and for sure there are headwinds out there, whether it be trade, tariffs, there was high inflation last year. When we founded the company, it was right on the tail end of the pandemic. So this company has always been very strong and very good at adapting to changing landscapes. And our results from this last year have been phenomenal, right? We couldn't be prouder of the results that we have, the growth, not only from a revenue side, but the number of customers and the number of quality customers that we have that are becoming repeat customers. And ultimately our goal is to have our recurring revenue be the growth engine for the company, but we've got to build that first, and it all starts with trust. The customers have to trust us to work together to deliver the solutions, and you can see now that we're getting many repeat customers because they've worked with us, and they've worked with some others as well. They trust us. They know that we'll make sure that things are done well, and that we'll follow up to ensure that they continue to run.
For more details on the information provided in this presentation, please refer to the company's Management Discussion and Analysis, Annual Information Form, and audited consolidated financial statements for the 3 months and years ended March 31, 2025 and March 31, 2024, available at hypercharge.com/investors and on sedarplus.ca.